Mental chatter has got to be one of the most frustrating and annoying things that one can experience. And it manifests differently depending on the situation you're in. Sometimes it could just be random thoughts. Other times it could be limiting beliefs. Some other times it could be negative self-talk. Regardless, it's one major pain in the ass, especially when you're trying to do something big and meaningful within your life. It can make taking action feel like an uphill battle. And this is something that I've experienced firsthand within my own life. And what I've realized through years of meditation and self-hypnosis and all these other methods to slow my mind down is that trying to slow your mind down, trying to calm your mind is completely foolish, especially since we live in this fast-paced world where we're always being fed information, we're always on the go, we're always trying to be more productive. Now, of course, there's utility in being able to be still, be calm, and just chill out. If you do that over and over, day after day, for a few months at least, then you will notice that your mind does naturally slow down. And of course, that's a positive thing, but I don't think that should be the focal point when you're trying to reduce your racing thoughts, all right? Because ultimately, your racing thoughts, your mental chatter, it's ongoing. That's simply just what your brain does, all right? Unless you're living like a monk and you're dedicating your entire life to calming your mind and slowing down your thoughts, then no matter what, you will have mental chatter. Along with this, I've realized that many people try to push aside those thoughts. They try to suppress them, you could say, or sweep them under the rug. But when you push problems away, when you sweep them under the rug, they only come back even bigger. And that's not what we want at all. For me, what the most effective approach has been in terms of dealing with mental chatter and that constant noise within your mind is radical acceptance. While I don't experience as much mental chatter and constant noise within my own mind because of mindfulness and meditation and self-hypnosis and journaling, I do sometimes experience this mental chatter. It comes especially when I'm really amped up. Maybe I had too much coffee, or maybe I haven't written any content or recorded any videos in a few days and my mind just gets racing. So what I'll tell myself is, okay, my mind is going crazy right now. That's all right. Now let's figure out what I can do about it. So rather than getting annoyed or frustrated or pissed off with myself that my mind keeps racing, I think about what I can do with it. Now that might seem counterintuitive, like, yeah, you're having all these thoughts and now you're thinking about what you can do about it. It's like, yeah, I say that because I will think about what I have to do and then immediately do it. I don't process for hours or days on end thinking, okay, well, first I'm going to do this and then I'm going to do this and then maybe later down the week I'll do this. No. If I'm dealing with a racing mind, then that means I have cognitive power, mental energy that I need to let loose. I need to channel and alchemize in a way that's actually beneficial for me. Sometimes I'll write. Sometimes I'll make these videos. Sometimes I'll go for a walk. Sometimes I'll hit the gym. Sometimes I'll cook or clean or do whatever my intuition is telling me I need to do. Because yeah, as I said, I'll think through what I can do. And that's some logical processing to begin with. But for the most part, I'm at this point in my own life where I'd rather listen to my intuition than overly fixate on my logical thinking, especially when it comes to getting rid of my mental chatter, all right? Or not even getting rid of, but channeling that mental chatter, that energy into something that's useful to me. And from there, after I've taken that certain action, whether that's going to the gym or writing or recording videos or cooking or cleaning or going for a walk, whatever happens, happens. Sometimes my mental chatter will completely disappear. Sometimes it'll slowly fade away and then pick back up. Sometimes it will come back even stronger or even increase from whatever it is I choose to do. And that's okay. It simply is what it is. It's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. And if you watched my last video about just letting go and stop trying to force reality to turn out in your favor, then you know the importance of this emotional detachment. Not in ways that are robotic or sociopathic, but simply not expecting reality to go your way all the time and just letting go of your emotional attachments to certain things. And in this context, what it means is not getting so frustrated or upset or mad at yourself when you have this mental chatter, especially if the mental chatter is with negative thoughts or limiting beliefs. You say, okay, well, right now I'm having these limiting beliefs and I'm not liking where that's going. Let me reframe this rather than beat yourself up even more, because that'll just lead to even more and more negative thoughts, which you don't need at all. This mindset here, this acceptance, this radical acceptance of my racing thoughts, of my mental chatter, this has taken me so much further than any little mindset hack or little shift you could make, because this is a this is something that you can embody and integrate into all aspects of your life. Just accepting things for what they are. It's not a quick fix. It will take some time to get your mind used to thinking in this manner, but once you can fully embody this, it's super helpful, because ultimately your thoughts are random and your thoughts, for the most part, are out of your control, regardless of what anybody says. But you can choose what you want to attend to. You can choose what you accept as truth, and you can choose what sorts of thought patterns you want to encourage so that they reoccur in the future. This is this is where the whole idea of like self mind control really comes into play. And if you want to take this even further, you can do some of the things I mentioned before, like meditation, like self-hypnosis, like mindfulness. These are all things that I can help people just like you with in my one-on-one. So if you'd like help with that, you can book a call below. But yeah, you don't necessarily need to practice mindfulness or meditation or self hypnosis. They're super helpful and they've completely changed my life for the better. But ultimately, if you can just embody that radical acceptance within your own life to not only the mental chatter, but to everything that's happening around you, life itself becomes a whole lot more enjoyable. And what you'll realize is that all those crazy thoughts you have, all that constant noise that's happening in your head, those things don't have as much of an influence over you as they might have in the past, because they're just like, all right, it is what it is. And then eventually, even further down the line, they'll happen less and less because, well, reality itself, or the ether or infinity, or wherever thoughts come from to begin with, that part of reality will be like, all right, well, so and so, meaning you, isn't getting all emotional and isn't giving their energy to these negative thoughts or these limiting beliefs. So we're not going to keep sending those negative thoughts and limiting beliefs their way. So yeah, rather than trying to fight your thoughts or push them aside or whatever else, just accept them, embrace them, understand where they're coming from, understand what they're trying to say, acknowledge them, and say, all right, now you can go on your way. And from there, you open up space for more positive and enriching thoughts. All right. So yeah, hope this makes sense. I hope that wasn't too redundant at the end. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.